start with the prayer, please.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for an opportunity to be here tonight. We just ask that you be with each one here. We just ask that this business be conducted in a way that would be pleasing unto you, that would honor you. We just ask that you be with each councilman and each be with the new mayor. Just help them, lead, guide, and direct them, and to know what they need to be doing and how you would have them do it. And these things we'd ask in your Son's holy name. Amen.
Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I need to make a motion that we amend the agenda. I want to insert under the first item under new business, an ordinance number 2019-01.
Second.
All those in favor? You abstain?
Yeah. I so move.
All those in favor?
Approval of the financial report.
You want to do the special meeting?
Approval of the,
Special meeting.
okay, the special meeting is held January 1st.
I so move.
Second. All those in favor?
Okay, approval of the financial report, please.
I so move. Second.
All those in favor?
Okay, committee reports, ambulance, Mr. Hodges.
I have nothing else. I don't see anybody here from the ambulance service. Do you have
Yeah,
anything?
they're gonna change out some lights out there in that ambulance building when they get them in,
Light fixtures,
light fixtures.
part of that upgrading?
Well, it's not part of the upgrading, but some of the 8 foot lights are broken on the end, and they're gonna put some LEDs in there. But it's not part of the, they're gonna do it while they're doing the upgrade.
It's in the building.
Yeah, and it's building out back. I think there's 4 of them out there. Or 8 of them.
That's all I have.
Is North Star doing it for us?
So they're renting the building from us. We're responsible to keep it up.
For the lights.
Yeah.
So the city can do that, yeah. Okay, the fire committee, Mr. Hodges.
Fire department made 7 runs in the month of December. Danny gave me some information. We accumulated $18,351.42 of Act 833 money in the year 2018. And that's turned back money from your homeowner's insurance. So you're paying us to take care of, helping pay us to take care of you. Danny has, you want to wait on the truck and then you'll discuss it?
Right, it's down on the.
Okay, it's on the agenda. We'll wait on it then. That's all I have. Do you have anything else right now?
Budget, Mr. Hodges.
The general fund had $962,851.78, had receipts of $135,897.44, disbursements of $143,836.06, left an ending bank balance of $954,911.16, and a trust balance of $157,707. Street fund had a beginning balance of $149,603, had receipts of $17,968, disbursements of $11,238, left an ending bank balance of $156,333, and a trust balance of $24,537.
Thank you. You know, just to make a note, we did have all of our accounts reconciled, and that was very important, you know, for this time. And as Vince can attest to, that we found out we had some fraudulent checks tried to be cashed on the city. And of course, they were guaranteed, and they found those out and found out that it was a scam that had been taking place in like 40 different cities in Arkansas. Unbelievable. Everything looked just perfect, immaculate. But, our monies were safeguarded by Fitch's Bank, and we appreciate that.
40?
46?
It's-
Yeah,
Johnny, it's
40
in the
is-
letter on the back page of your packet.
Okay.
So, Plan Commission.
Mr. Mayor, if I can.
Oh, sure.
I would just like to speak to that, to the fact that we do have, more safeguards set in now that they won't even come into, to be passed now as far, those, that account is under full review. And so everything that passes through.
Did they find at one of the banks that was trying to cash one of the checks, they just, something looked conspicuous and called it on the road right at the end?
Well, they have not caught this particular person, from what I understand.
Yeah.
But, the safeguards are there and.
Yeah, this can't be just an individual situation, it's unbelievable plan, you know, it's, quite an operation. Mr. Myers, would you give us a planning commission? I know you
Yeah,
don't have much on it, but.
We really don't have a full planning commission yet because we're short about 4 out of 5 people.
And which brings.
And you're aware of that, so.
Yeah, and which brings, you and I just had a conversation. And anybody here that's at the meeting that might be interested in, becoming a part of our planning commission, I would like for you to get a hold of me. And, Mr. Myers, you could contact him as well, but come to us and we'll start setting up and want to start setting up a monthly meeting for each one of these committee meetings. Because I want to go ahead and establish a set date for the different committee meetings so that we can give our public notice to be transparent with everybody so they'll know to expect it then. And then that way, you know, the newspapers or radios can know to expect it, and know at that time. That way we can all make our plans. But our planning commission is very important to us because there's a lot of growth potential that we've got here in Mall Knob. It's just, we just hadn't been paying attention to it like I think that we need to. So I'm excited about seeing the potential there. So anybody that wants to be on the planning commission, get a hold of Mr. Myers or myself, and we will, you know, talk to you about doing that. The same thing with the community development committee. Are you finished, Chuck? Pretty much?
No, I was just gonna say, we've got some ordinances that need to be tidied up a little bit to define certain things. So once we get the planning commission, we can go ahead and talk about them and
And
present them to the council.
Yeah, and our cleanup is gonna start pretty soon, and that's gonna be reviewed by the, one of these committees, and, it's time to start cleaning our city up as well, you know, so, I believe, Community Development Committee, Mr. Harris?
We have one.
Okay. Parks and Recreation Bill.
We, last month, well, for the last 2 months, to bring everybody up to date, we had determined that we could, our budget would allow us to look at a full-time, at least, a full-pay employee for the Parks and Recreation Department, at least for a 10-month period. The committee is put together, and I handed out to all the council members and the mayor the duties and responsibilities that we came up with as a committee. What I need maybe for the council to do tonight is approve that and start doing some advertising for that position. I don't think we can set a specific salary at this time because it would basically be based on the qualifications of who we get. So, but that's something that we definitely need. We fought this thing for 3 or 4 years using first one and then another one, and we need something, we need a system in place that's rock solid and the same person running it all the time. So, if y'all would, I would ask that we consider that. If not tonight, at the next meeting, if you want to look at that, if anybody wants to make adjustments to it, let us know. Basically, the Parks Committee put that together, and we reviewed it, Alan and David and myself, and since we had that okay from the prior administration and the prior term to do that, we need to get started on that as soon as possible.
Will the timeframe crowd us if we go to February? We still
Well,
gotta
it'll
advertise.
crowd us right now, but will have to work around it, we need to do it right.
I move that we pursue this and we go with the presented, recommendations for the Parks and
We can make
Recreation.
adjustments on it.
Sure, absolutely.
I second.
All those in favor?
Second item, we met, that first part of the last month with a couple of representatives from White County Planning and Development District. It looks like there's gonna be some grant money available. We had discussed, well, I have for a year or so, and we've discussed it as a committee, of trying to put a playground in the sports complex down there, for kids up to 5 years old, since we don't really have any activities for the real little ones. And I've been to BB a couple of times, and that's where I got my idea at, looking at their system, the way they have their sports complex set up. They have one of those, and it seems to work out. I haven't been able to talk to their director or anything, but the people from White River are willing to do the legwork on this. The only thing we have to do is come up with a project. And I'm in the process of working with a company, basically right now on the internet right now, who will help plan and devise. Now, Alan, remind me if I'm wrong, correct me, they've indicated there's 3 possible grants out there available. One of them is a matching grant of $30,000, which means they would match up to half of that, would be $15,000. There is a full grant, it's a Parks and Recreation grant, that's about $45,000. And then there's a $250,000 grant that is a matching grant. That may be out of our reach right now, but we can always look to it because Pleasant Plains did get it. And we can bank on that, but right now I'm looking at trying to make something, get something to them that they can do the legwork on for that full grant, $45,000, and then maybe if we come up short, we can apply next year, because it has to be done by March, we can apply for the matching grant, the $30,000 matching grant by March of next year. So hopefully I can come back next meeting and have something devised that we can turn over to the representatives, and they're pretty good. They're the same ones that got us the $200,000 sewer grant. So I don't know how this, right now, the government being shut down partially, I don't know if any of this is federal or not, but I don't think the Parks and Recreation, I think that's fully state, so that may be okay. But I'll try to have a report for you, and I'll get with the committee again as soon as I get something put together.
You just mentioned BB, I stopped by Cabot the other day, and it's quite impressive as well. Right. Yeah. So, I mean, it's something for people to go take note of, kind of dream on what we could have here.
That's all I've got.
Okay, thank you. Police committee.
We had 2,002 calls for service, 1,124 security checks, 213 traffic stops, 151 citations, 59 warrants served, 1 city ordinance warning, 44 community service people, 78 probationers, 6 registered sex offenders, and no home visiting. Also, I'd like to make a motion, we pay for some ammunition we have to buy, $513.60. After it gets approved.
We already bought ammunition once.
And this is for a rifle.
Just the AR.
This is duty ammo. The other one was target practice. This is for the arrows.
I'll second that motion.
Yeah, there's a difference between
You made a motion?
Yeah, I made a
I'll
motion.
second. Okay.
All those in favor?
It's the same amount.
How many dollars?
How many dollars? Ballistic to $514.60. Larry House is, gonna start the academy in Pocahontas on the 21st. Make a motion, we'll approve that.
Second.
All those in favor?
You have something with it?
Everybody's looking, everybody's ducking. No, I was gonna give a shout out to a few people. A few people that's helping down at the animal shelter. White Oak Constructions actually volunteered and did some doggy door fixer-uppers and some drains to where we was just putting the screen in there. We've got some real nice metal ones. They did it. They didn't charge us at all for it. So I'll give a shout out to him. Anita Bradford, she's made a contact with Walmart in Searcy, so they donate 2-3 pallets of dog foods at a time. And that goes back to, I mean, that's free, so that helps the budget there because it's just pretty much, there's no revenue coming in, it's all going out, so. But with that being said, shout out to, Larry here. Man, him and his crew have done nothing but jump up and down to help me go get the dog food, put it on a pallet, haul it here, street signs, anything pretty much that I need. Larry is very, very up and easy and on Johnny on the spot. So I appreciate that, Larry. The next thing is Diane Still and I, we've been working since last year for a neighborhood watch program, trying to get the community and the policing together. Everybody knows that one of us officers are on duty, we're over here, what's happening over there, we can't be everywhere. So we've been in works on that. I'll let her speak a little bit if y'all don't mind.
What made me really want to move on this is my neighbor, Harvey Sterling, lay dead in his backyard for 7 hours before any of us found him, which is a crying shame. So anything could happen to any of us, and we have an aging community. So not only will it help the police to have eyes where they're not, because if something's going on the other end, we don't, there's not enough. And to keep the welfare of our community. And two, if everybody will try to know everybody, it makes you have more pride of place, makes you want to do better, makes everybody in the community want to do better. So
It went over for a good while, and there is definitely a need. I'm glad to see conspiracy this second. It's definitely needed. And I don't think anybody would question that. Airport Committee, Mr. Rutherford. Okay, I skipped over it. I'll just start asking you.
I was
before you
good.
finish.
Yes, sir, thank you.
I got maybe Alan, if you wanna give a report on that thing you told me before. We received a grant last year for $40-something thousand cameras,
It's all on hold.
but the shutdown has us.
Shutdown's got us on hold.
We are approved for it and we're ready, just waiting on the money, right?
Well, we was following up on it. I had the folder for the previous, and we called the other day and played it on voicemail, and they pretty much let us know that they's on shutdown, that
I do remember we
call
did
we
vote
get
on it.
answer to, and they get back.
Okay.
So we're gonna stay on it. It's on my desk right there. But yep, we're at a standstill for that.
Okay. Well, I knew that.
I think it mentioned on there about funding available, if funding is available after this, so that's what we're hoping, because I mean, it has went this far, and this is as close as we've been, so. Then no matter, it was about the mayor having to go sign some paperwork somewhere, and we'd be hooked up.
That's a big item.
It is.
We did that. Street and alley. Mr. Smith.
Yeah, the only thing I really have, we got our transmission went over our dump truck. It should be ready tomorrow or Thursday, but we need to get it about $1,500 to get that approved, to get that truck out of the shop. I don't have a specific thing, a dump truck, the leaf truck. I'm not sure what it's gonna cost, but we need to allow it for about $1,500 to get that. Archie's got it. Yep. And I'm not sure it's gonna take that much, but I don't know how much it would be.
I move that we make an allotment to pay that up to $1,500.
All those in favor?
That's really all I have, unless Larry's got something.
I might amend that, that doesn't sound like it's out of line for a big truck. So let's give the mayor authorization to spend another 500 if it's
If it's
necessary.
needed, I think.
Well, we can just run out to 2,000, it don't matter, I mean,
Yeah,
Sure.
just bump it up to 2,000.
I don't need to.
I'm not sure 1,500 is there.
Leaf truck's real important right now.
Oh, yeah, we need it bad.
Benches and everything, yeah.
Let's just change the motion to 2,000, how about that? I'll make a motion, we allow 2,000, or you done a motion, but you need to, go ahead.
I'll revise my motion to 2,000.
Okay.
Okay, all those in favor of the amendment?
That's all I have.
At your next committee meeting, I'd like to be there too, and a lot of people want to know about our plans, you know, for their streets. That's kind of what you, when you discuss it first of the year, I think. Airport committee, Mr. Rutherford, please.
I have it right at this moment.
Okay, that, I'll be looking for a grant right now, I'm just trying to keep myself up on that, can somebody get me up to speed on that? Are they looking into a grant for the airport right now? I know that somebody is, but it may not be official yet, you know, that type of deal, so. Okay.
I know the word's out there, but I don't think it's nothing specific.
Okay. I'm all about upgrading our airport, so.
I knew somebody had talked to me about it, but
I think
It was
Sharon
in the
was in the middle of
works.
it, you know.
it was in the works, you know, trying to get it up to see what. Cause they told me that they had found one that you could get possibly up to 5 million for the airport.
That's a number that I heard, which would be a big, big shot in the arm. You know, businesses wanting to come look at Ball and all, they can drive in here anytime, but we've got, Batesville, we've got Cersei that they could fly an airplane in here and we could go get them, of course, you know, so it'll work either way, but it'd be nice to have as nice of an airport as we possibly could, you know, where they could come in here and check things out, and even know that they could actually utilize it if they did put a business in here. That's a big thing to a lot of people these days. Okay, buildings and grounds, Mr. Byron?
The only thing that I have is that the metal roof was completed on the senior center today.
Looks good.
So
I saw it.
that's a big plus. That's all I have.
I have a question. Where are we, how many ceiling tiles, what are we there?
Well, I was down there today and looked at them, and there's probably half of those are bad. And I'm not sure you can change them out and make them match. You may have to change them all.
I think we need to let it drip.
Well, I think we need to wait a while and make
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
Because
you
there's
know.
probably water
And-
pocketed up
And
there.
also on that, there's a 1 year, you know, warranty on all that man work, all, you know, the manual work done on that. So if there's any leaks for a year, you know, we're good.
Good.
So we should know something, you know, in a year.
Do we have an insurance claim on that roof leaking?
That roof, I doubt any insurance company would have covered that. It was rusted through.
Okay.
You need to see it in its lifetime
I
twice.
understand how those things happen, but,
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
yeah, and I was told about that. Now, is that something that our city workers can do, or we're gonna have to take bids to get a new,
Oh, the new
tiles?
ceiling
Yeah.
tile, I'm confident we could do there.
Yeah,
Hire somebody
I'm
local.
sure we can volunteer to get that done. Yeah, it's not that big issue.
Wouldn't have to be contracted.
Yeah.
Just have to put the panels in first.
Well, your installation, you gotta make sure you get your bats back in place.
Sounds good. Is that all, Mr. Brown?
Yes, sir.
Personnel committee, Mr. Hodges.
Nothing today.
That's always a good thing. Water and sewer.
It's Andy's here, I saw him, I'll make a couple, 3 comments about the delinquents from the water company. We had $2,774 delinquent in November, $9,391 delinquent in December. So Santa Claus got the water and sewer money there. Got $1,460 in new water deposits. And
I do have one thing on the back of your water and wastewater package. I have two proposals for the credit card readers that, I've been asking about. And, it's from Cousy and Southern Bank. And, we have to turn away a lot of customers because we don't have credit cards set up in our office, which we should have, I think, as long as, I mean, it's just, something we need to offer. We have to turn around, they either have to go write a check or go to the bank with cash. But, I'd like to go ahead and try to get that set up as soon as possible for the customer.
Y'all discuss that, do we speak on that? I went
Yes.
to talk to him today, and I know my opinion, but
We discussed it briefly at the last meeting. What was your opinion?
We
on
had
it?
Cousy, our billing system set up with Cousy, so they're automatically compatible. The difference would be, Cousy, when you swipe, they automatically, take the fee out. And I think that the Southern Bank, they take it out at the end of the month. Is that correct, man? Yeah.
I think the question was on what the draw was, what the fee.
Yeah, it's on here. Cousy's the same as the online. It's gonna be, $195, $1.95 or 3% of the total bill. And, I believe, Southern Bank says it's, 1.99% and 10%, and 10 cents. So there's a little difference there, but, we're up for anything. We just need to, like I said, need to offer it to the residents so they would have that option to use it, come in and use a card.
irregardless, as we discussed, all the money will be deposited into Southern Bank anyway, because that's where we.
That's why we got a proposal from them, so
Yeah,
we do have our accounts with them.
Yeah, it seemed to me, just visiting with you, that the Cousy would be the one that would be most easy for you to use, because you're already set up with
It
software.
would be a lot easier for the office personnel and everything.
We really do need this. I mean, everybody, most people don't carry cash with them anymore.
Not anymore, they do
Yeah,
not.
and,
It's
I
the
want
youngest
people-
generation, that's all they have is
Yeah.
a card,
the people not just using credit cards, they're using their debit card.
Debit,
You know, so-
exactly.
So I think.
Well, it's not a lifetime membership, is it?
No, it's always suited, always expecting to upgrade and something to change, that's just the way life is. But,
And they're comparable in price?
real close, when,
I moved
trade
we,
out.
we go with Cousy for a 1 year period and then we'll review it. If we,
Is
like
these
you
all the
said,
setup fees for Cousy on there? Is that much to set that up?
Yes. It's a one-time fee.
It says annual.
Well, that,
$2,200 annually.
They added 22%, I think, for yearly, for the two modules. We already pay, for the billing, setup now, yearly, and that would add.
So this final figure, 2206, includes what's already set up?
Will include, the two modules.
The two modules, the billing and.
Yes.
Okay. So we would still be, even if we went with a different credit card, we'd still be have that billing fee, for their, which is half?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead, Johnny, I'm sorry. Yeah, well.
doesn't matter to me. I know they've asked for it
Yeah,
for 6
yeah.
months. The less cash we have in that facility, the better off we are.
I agree with that, yeah.
I'll second. Mayor, I have a motion and a second.
I do.
Yeah, I have those. Is everybody ready to vote? Everybody in favor, Vince abstains.
That's all I have, thank you.
I don't see it anywhere. Andy, I don't see it anywhere, on the agenda, otherwise, make a report on Andy,
What's that?
on what we're talking about also about the wastewater plant down there. Can you give us an update on where we're at with that? Is there really not anything to say?
Not yet. We're still in the process of getting the engineering, everything together for ADQ and for us to go over, so, we have the maps coming, or the plans, Paul's got in touch with them, they're gonna send that to you so you can look over
So there
that.
really isn't anything between now and the February meeting that,
No, we're just pretty much waiting on
it's
everything.
gonna take a little while
Put
then?
together a little bit.
Okay.
And, probably be more time, springtime before the work even gets started. There's a lot of stuff that goes, that's involved with this, we have to get a job for.
Yeah, and the details that we were talking about, the water infiltration, how the water gets into the system, that's something that we need to maybe discuss.
ADQ is requesting, we had a corrective action plan on that, and, me and Paul's been working on that, and we're gonna try to get with, the committee and discuss that, something we need to really look at, because, it's a problem, we're exceeding our permit at the time.
Right, and maybe a smoking
Paul
device.
just said the engineer's making up the draft right now.
Okay. Okay. We do have one. Thank you.
I'll keep you up to date as soon as, I get the information from, the engineer.
I'm learning.
Thank you.
Old business.
I move we, going to the
Third reading of the ordinance.
third reading of ordinance number 2018-03.
Which is our.
I move we suspend the rule and ask for reading and heading to suffice.
Second. All those in favor? Ordinance number O-18-03, being enacted by the City Council of the City of Ball Knob, White County, Arkansas, an ordinance to adopt the proposed operating 2019 budget.
I move we adopt.
All those in favor?
Now, I need to ask something since we're on, the budget. Is there a line item in the budget? I'm asking this out of people's memory, that addresses Kenyatta Haynes Park. Did I read, Tammy, that it could be $100 in that? That's not a separate bank account, is it? I
It would
think
come
it's just a
from,
line item that says Kenyatta
come from
Haynes
general
Park.
fund.
Okay. For some reason, I just remember that it kind of stuck out, and I was discussing that with the superintendent of schools today, and they really did a lot of cleanup down there at Kenyatta Haynes Park today, and, we all appreciate that. They're really gonna give it a nice facelift, the school does own the property, and they found out that they owned even another little bit of property down there that she's looking into today.
There's $500, for the park, and then the maintenance of the equipment is $1,000 in this year's budget.
Thank you very much. I told her I thought there was some, but we would address it, But they're paying for it right now, so. And they're pressure washing the courts, and the nets are in good shape, and they're gonna pressure wash all the posts, the chain link that goes around the whole park, and got the school workers down there really gonna, make it look ship shape, It's never, it hasn't looked as nice as it's fixing to in many, many years, Okay, under new business,
2019-01.
we're gonna move,
We need to vote in ordinance. 2019-01.
yeah, we never finished that one, did we? It's got a name,
Yes, it's ordinance number 2019-01. You want to read it, Tammy?
You want me to read it in its entirety?
We don't have to, we know what it is.
But the public don't, they don't know. so.
go ahead and read it, yeah.
Before the City Council of the City of Ball Knob, Arkansas, ordinance number 2019-01, an ordinance to authorize the City of Ball Knob to conduct business with certain businesses for which certain officials of the City of Ball Knob are affiliated with, declaring an emergency and for other purposes. Whereas the City Council of the City of Ball Knob, Arkansas acknowledges the need to recognize the affiliation of City Council member Vince Vire, who is an officer with Southern Bank, from which the city receives banking services. Now therefore, the City Council of the City of Ball Knob, Arkansas adopts the following amendment to its operations ordinances. Section 1, that the Ball Knob City Council pursuant to Arkansas Code annotated 1442-107 recognizes and approves of the possible conflict of interest as to the providing of various banking services for the city by Southern Bank, for which Councilmember Vince Vire is a bank officer, and therefore declares that it would be in the best interest of the City of Ball Knob for the city to continue to use Southern Bank for banking services. Section 2, that all provisions of this ordinance are separable, and any ordinances or resolutions in conflict with the terms of this ordinance are repealed to the extent of such conflict. Section 3, that the Ball Knob City Council has determined that an emergency exists concerning its need to allow the city to continue to obtain banking services from Southern Bank, so that the immediate adoption and enforcement of this ordinance being necessary for the public peace, health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of the City of Ball Knob, Arkansas. The provisions hereof shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage, passed and adopted on the 7th day of January 2019.
I move we accept ordinance number 2019-01 as read.
Second.
All those in favor?
I move we accept the emergency clause.
Second.
All those in favor?
Don Rainey says that's legal. I'm not disputing him with that.
I guess I was thinking that.
So we used to, we had the third readings, you can see the budget, we've done it 3 months in a row, so we've done it.
But the emergency law got passed, so it's very.
Emergency clause ain't goes into effect now.
Okay, I won't dispute that, I'm still buying it, so. Still under new business, we got, bid for the sale of the fire truck.
We have one bid. It's from David L. George, David's Fire Equipment, in the amount of $1,000 for a 1990 Pierce 65-foot ladder truck.
I talked briefly with Danny Hossing here today, and that vehicle needs a lot of work, and there's not very much demand for a fire ladder truck. And he said he felt like he was lucky to get the one bid. We don't have adequate space to store it, wait till spring gets here or whatever. So I'll make the motion that we accept that $1,000 bid. Second.
All those in favor?
And for y'all that don't know, that truck we got in 2009, we didn't pay anything for it. It was a free truck. So all we got in the truck is what maintenance we got in it.
So we're approved on that. Bid for the sale of the car lift is in the shop.
How many bids we get on that? 1, 2?
The first one I will read is Joe Spradlin, and he bid $389.99. The second one is, Watson, is it Eddie Watson, $505.
I move we accept the bid of Eddie Watson in the amount of $505. He's gonna take it loose, take it out?
Yes.
Is that the plan?
Yes.
He's going to
Whoever
remove
buys
it.
take it out. I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Quote for the fire department, please.
That is actually for attaching the cables up at the water tank back to the ladder. And that's actually 3 departments, ambulance, fire, and police. Has all got cables that go down the water tank. And those cables need to be reattached back. After the tank's been painted, the cables been attached back, but they're not stable.
It's not secure.
They're not secure. They're gonna eventually break, and when they do, we're gonna wind up with a lot more money than this right here. But you should have, M&J Communications, you may have it in your packet. $2,234, and that would come from each department.
That money from each department?
That's total.
Please divide
it by 3?
Yeah,
Divide it by 3?
by 3 departments, yeah.
That's a total cost.
Saying each department put their share in.
Yeah, I I would not wanna be the one attaching those.
Nor would I.
I move we accept the bid of $2,234 from M&J Communications for the reattachment of the communication cables on our water tank. Second.
All those in favor?
And we're down to our approval of our bills.
I'm sorry.
Street fund.
I move we pay the street fund payables in the amount of $14,571.02.
General?
Wait a minute. All of it.
Excuse me.
All those in favor?
I move we pay the general fund payables in the amount of $66,681.18.
Second.
All those in favor?
I move we pay the water and sewer payables in the amount of $110,003.53. Second.
All those in favor?
Okay, that concludes our, regular part of the meeting. I want to always open the floor for general comments from the public. If anybody would like to, make any comments.
Mr. Miller?
Acknowledge, Mr. Case.
I have one question, excuse me. I'm older than you, so. On, item 4, on the planning commission, the mayor, what, the number of members that you would like to see? 5 members?
Five is what he always said.
Is there a budget that goes with that, commission?
I don't understand what you're asking. I mean, they're
Well, I'm
volunteers.
saying, you just come up here, I'm not talking about
Right.
salary, I'm not talking about that. But is there a budget for maybe equipment or renting? So it's strictly a voluntary thing and you come and have input into it?
Input, and then we'll just discuss it.
Anything you need, let it be approved.
Then what do you envision as being the purpose for it then?
The planning commission?
Yes, sir.
There's 2 or 3 different committees. Planning commission, just trying to supervise, the proper growth of this city. I mean, you know, we can say it different ways, I mean, but, of course, I'm new to it, but I mean, I've seen and sat in on some in the past, you know. But, you know, until we have that first committee meeting and really put our heads together, I mean, I don't know how really to address what the requirements are, you know, on it. If anybody else wants to take a stab at it, I mean, I'm open to that.
Generally, when I served on the planning commission, we talked about rezoning, and condemned properties,
Annexation even, we'll get into that.
and, even annexation would come under those items. And then the Generally, the chairman of the planning commission reports to the city council. It's really not, Chuck is building and permits, and he's really not, it's not his job to do the reporting for the planning commission, but Diane served as the chairman for a while, and generally the correct procedure, if I remember it, is that you bring the concerns, and citizens need to go to the planning commission members if they have issues. And planning commission talks about it and comes up with a plan, and they present those plans to the city council. And then they're budgeted there at that point.
This one is one of the only true commission that we've got, wasn't there, Bill?
Yeah, it's
Instead of just
it's
committee.
made up of citizens and not, generally not council members.
It wouldn't hurt to have it, head on it.
A lot of times we had council members attend meetings.
Yeah, we would invite
Yeah,
council members.
You're allowed to have one council
One.
member.
Yeah, I think we've always had one council member.
And I would like for you to be on that committee myself, but looking
I
at you.
can't.
Okay, you
I
can't?
don't live in the city limits. That's a request.
I did not know that. Is that for a commission, or I don't think it is for a committee, but it would be for that commission?
For the commission.
Okay, gotcha. I mean, that's where the difference is, clear cut difference. Like I said, I'm learning.
Do you have anything in writing, as guidelines or something like this?
Yeah.
To me, it just seems like it's this big general thing.
It is, that's
It
exactly where it is right now, and that's why I
Yeah, so-
said I wanna take an interest from people, and then at the February, meeting, we will have some more stronger guidelines, I'm wanting to see how much interest, who's interested in it, and then, we will make some appointments at that time. But you're right, there are no guidelines that I'm aware of at this
There
point
are,
in time.
there's city ordinance guidelines, there are guidelines for it. There's an adjustment board and a planning commission that work, they're the same thing.
And the same
If
thing.
you read it in the city ordinances, but there are ordinances and guidelines for
I'm
it.
getting ready to review a lot of ordinances, and I just haven't got to it yet. I appreciate you telling me that, and everybody. And the same thing goes with the other committees, I want to find some, people that really care about Ball Knob and, that wanna be on these committees. And, I think it's a good thing, and on the committees, there's no regulation that I'm aware of that you have to live in the city proper to be on there now. Most of them, I think, will be, but if somebody is really interested, I don't think that should keep you from being on there, so. Anything else from anybody?
I have one question. Ball Knob's got a drainage problem all over the city. I live on the south side, and I wish this committee, we got new members, got a new mayor, consider look Hickory Street. Now, I don't know if that's a federal funded road, because it goes out to Bottom's, that's federal government land out there. Hickory, on the right side, majority of those covers are closed up, and we have a runoff. You get a heavy rain, those streets right there on those three corners, it floods over, and I think it's Forest House, it goes forward town, or what was it, I missed this one? Lord's House, but it also floods on me. Can this city consider buying covers and putting that grade of that ditch, but you got a drainage system right there at the end of Strawberry. That water never gets up there because it seems like it's up there. Would y'all just consider somebody to study what it costs this city?
I think our road department is.
I don't know what it costs, but from Fourth Street or Union down there, out down to Strawberry, and all those covers on the right-hand side of the road, it'd be taken out and put new covers in there, and eliminate that flooding problem down there.
I know we're gonna have to do something, and most of the time, if I understand it right, the culverts have always been the responsibility of the landowner, but sometimes that's not not gonna work, and it would be in the city's best interest to do what you're saying. And we definitely need to look at it, and I was down there today, It hadn't rained in a few days, it's water standing a lot of places, even in the park.
Come down here when it's raining. Now,
I-
water
I live here all my life. I know
They
what
got a
you're talking
long
about.
rod, and they try to push, and all those leaves down into that, but it's just not working.
But we're past that, yeah.
And I can understand why these homeowners can't afford that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Low basic insurance, we're on a fixed income.
But it's causing the city problems with asphalt, you know, not.
Backing up everything, tearing out highways.
Whatever we get done down there, needs some oversight. I'm right down there to watch all those people that's doing the work.
Yeah.
Especially getting paid for it.
Yeah.
Part of that problem down there now is on Fourth and at Union. The sewer line is coming off of houses between Third and Union on Fourth Street. You know where they are? They're running through the drainage.
Right.
Now, you know what happens when that happens? All those leaves and stuff that gets into that system, when they get to those sewer pipes down there, they're gonna clog it up. That's one reason you got a problem down there now. But there's nothing you can do about that now, because it's that way. It should have never been put in like that. And I don't know what SOB did it that way, it should have been done like that. I just found this out a couple of years ago when I was hitting them down
Yeah,
there.
that's just one instance we're talking about, there's several around the town that are not, they're not that.
There shouldn't be.
Well, there are. And, you know, drainage, I don't think anybody on council will argue the point, we're gonna have to look into drainage, and it all starts on the lower end, and I've been looking into it for about a month.
Well, if that travels for land down there, would they have another responsibility of that road? I mean, it's a federal property down there.
Yeah, but
They use that highway.
there again, yeah, but everybody has the right, taxpayers, to use everything, but our responsibility stops at the city limits.
Yeah, but have we ever approached the federal government to kind of fund help us
Okay,
on
now,
that?
am I missing something though? Have you got an idea, is there a rise on that hill, and is
Well,
that
that
stopping
ditch is
drainage?
going up like that.
Yeah.
We put a brand new drainage ditch right at the end of Strawberry on the right hand side.
Mhm.
The majority of those culverts are crushed, broken down. But if you go down there when it's rained and looked up that ditch, that water will not go all the way to that drainage ditch because it's a upgrade.
Okay, that's what I'm just asking.
Yeah, and it needs to be done.
And it goes south, right?
Right.
Okay, now, what you're asking though, could there possibly be some help from that?
Well, I don't know, but I'm just
Is
saying.
that what you're asking though?
Yeah, federal trucks
We'll look
drive
into
down
that.
that road,
We'll
they
look
got to
into
go
that.
through the water when it's up there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, could we not?
Yeah, and when we look into this, we're gonna figure out some option, you know, for drainage right there, and that might be one of them. What you're telling us might be one, you live there, so I mean, it's something.
Now, it comes across this property, and it comes across me, and it affects everybody, up forwards and up.
Appreciate you bringing that to our attention.
I'd say the first thing we need to do is have somebody shoot grade
There you go.
all the way to Strawberry and see if it's functional.
Yeah, that and
You don't know farther, what size culvert you put, if it's still,
if it's not gonna go
if
up
the
hill.
edge down there is higher than
Maybe when, yeah, right, at least that, I'm not that familiar with the rise you're talking about.
there's a draw in there.
But thank you for bringing that to our attention, and we'll look into it tomorrow. Thank you.
I've got two things. One, Larry, have you ever seen one of those jet wash-ins that will wash a tile out of a culvert? Does the city have anything like that? City of Searcy's got one. I've watched them blow a culvert out that was completely stopped up. It wasn't crushed. I know some of those are crushed. I drive up and down that road every day. And you might see if you could look at what they've got, rent it, buy one,
I
whatever.
saw one of those the other day, and saw some videos, you know, with it being operated.
Yeah, those things, will take- if the cover is crushed, it will open it back up and get it flowing again. Some of those are just full, some of them are crushed. I know what you're talking about.
Complex, yeah.
Second thing is on the airport, could we have a meeting like some of us local guys that have some input that could give some ideas on the airport? What would be a good time and place?
Anytime for me.
Okay, I'll see if I
I'm
can.
retired.
Well, I'm not, so I work 7 days a week, but I'll see if I can talk with some of the other guys, to see when would be good for them. We've got some ideas, and this mysterious $5 million grant is not just for Bald Knob. Bald Knob does not qualify for federal grants because we're too close to Searcy and we have the pump house. So this big rumor, y'all can kill it tonight. We can get state money, but that's matching. It's either 50-50, 75-25, 80/20 or 90/10. The 100% grants, you've got to jump through every hoop there is on fire with no clothes on. And they don't give them out because there's not enough money. I just heard the cry story last night at the Crop Dusters Convention. But we'd love to sit down with you and visit with you. We do have a bid to seal the cracks in the pavement we'd like to present, but we were waiting for the New Year hoopla to kind of cool down a little bit before we gave it to anybody and see if we could maybe look at that. Some of you could lay 2 fingers in it. If we don't get that fixed, the freezing dog's gonna ruin the asphalt, as I'm sure y'all well know. So we'd love to sit down with you and visit with you about it.
We're gonna look at, a date, let's try to look at a date and visit with everybody that's interested on that
Sure.
committee of setting up a solid, like monthly, meeting. At least quarterly.
Quarterly sounds good. Monthly.
Yeah, but what I wanna do is to go ahead and set some dates, is what I'm looking at. So just take that into consideration.
I had a question. Andy?
Yes,
We used to have one of those jets for that sewer machine, did we not?
We have, it's called a Warhawk, it's, what we use to clean out the sewers, and we've used it. We've used it, some of those are just so packed, and they got the big rocks in there, and
I knew we,
just won't.
I thought we bought one.
No, not,
It's been a few years.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there wasn't one at one time, but, we don't have one now.
The one like David's talking about, it's got like a little auger on it, I believe. Have you seen that one?
I have seen those on
Yeah,
TV and everything, and that's got a lot more pressure than what our.
It's water and.
But our machine's not capable of that.
No, it helps on like leaks and stuff like that, it's real good, but this big stuff do get with
I've
it.
already been,
We may have one of those representatives come and talk to us, after it goes with that, municipal league.
Mayor, I have one more thing to say.
How about it?
I don't know what those covers cost, but I'm sure about 7 covers will take care of that problem we got out here between Strawberry and Oak. And this thing about city not putting their equipment on private property. We don't want to pay for that equipment with tax money. Why can't they go out and do
I don't
those?
think there'll be see, those roads being stopped up are hurting the city. So
They are.
I think that we could, make
Well,
an
what's the
exception.
tax, talking about blowing, you can't go out there and blow those covers out, not the ones we talking about.
I've seen some of them like you're talking about, yeah.
First, we need to find the elevation.
Yeah, we're gonna shoot that elevation like Tommy said, maybe we didn't, we'll save that to see, make sure we can put the water in the right place, and then we will allocate some money for culverts up.
And that's why I work on those lines that's got those sewer lines running through them, put that pressure below these out there, it'll probably do it.
But the thing of it is, between the road department and even what I can spend, as being the mayor, I think that we can get done what should be done, so I don't think it'll be a problem.
And I even want to say one more thing, and shut up. You talking about that King Other Park? This lady right here, myself, my wife, several other people, we cleaned that park up. I know that they couldn't have done any better today, I hadn't seen it before, but we cleaned that park up. After that, it just went
Right,
ahead.
the Rotary Club's cleaned it 3 times, just 3 times since I've been in there 20 years, but I mean, there's been other, the Chamber of Commerce cleaned it up last May, we were talking about it today, but it just doesn't take long, it's real shady and gets a lot of mossy, stuff growing on it. And Diane was real, it was your idea of getting the water down there, I learned today, we turned the water on today, and I appreciate that.
we were trying to clean, well, that was when we had the big cleanup and they were pressure washing down there, we didn't have no water, remember? So there was no way to clean it
Right.
without water, and it was stopped out to there, but there was no meter, so Carl got the meter down there.
Yeah, we put a meter down there.
Yeah.
It's on 0.
Yeah.
They're using
Yeah.
it today.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what they were
But-
using today.
The time that Carl is talking about, nothing had been done to the park in a long time.
That's right, long time.
And Carl and his grandkids and me and my grandkids and chainsaws and stuff, I mean, it was really, really bad. Drug
What
paraphernalia.
year was that?
Oh, man.
I don't know, that's 5 or 6,
No,
7
it's
years
been-
ago.
Yeah, it's been that long.
Yeah, at least that. It had been neglected for a good while.
And there needs to be, and there again, we know it belongs to the school, and we've addressed a lot, there's like 4 trees that need to be cut down there right now. Maintenance needs to be done, and she has assured us that it will.
I mean, we cut trees, didn't
And we
we?
will help, the city will help too.
I mean, but it had went too long,
Yeah.
and nothing was being done. And it was a hazard.
Are there any street lights on?
One,
What's it need, about 3?
probably more than that, really.
Yeah, they need to be scattered around, but they have to set poles around it.
Right.
You know, the city's got some poles down here that's like behind the old city hall. That's all poles that the alarm system put on. I talked to the mayor about that last year, she come back and have them. But if we get the power company to remove those poles and then take them over and set them for us, I bet we can get enough wire to have at least 5, 6 back watches sit up around in there.
Well, and we discussed today about, proper places for parking, and that's when she found out that the school did own another lot that's not got any parking equipment on it.
Yeah, but we knew that, on the other lot.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, we go in there and get some proper gravel, and some base down, and the lights, you know, where people can, but there again, since we're talking about it, do you think that park needs to shut it dark, or do you think that this is gonna be, it's gonna have to be addressed pretty quick?
Does it need to shut down and dark?
I'm asking, do you think it needs to be shut it
I
dark?
can't answer that question for you. I don't care if you do set it down, about the police set it down, they gonna go down there and do what they want to do. Well, whether you got lights there.
You got a point there, but
We still need lights down there. Just
I'm all about lights.
And it's gonna help if we can get the neighborhood watch, get people really trying to participate. It will help with all that.
Good thing we can discuss in Parks and Recreation, always get those good points. But after today, superintendent just didn't realize what all needed to be done down there, and she's on top of it.
Well, they can't, I mean, it's not new, and the school's known they own that land, and we've tried, have we not, to get the school to come down there and do something.
I understand.
Not even mow it. Carl White's mowed it forever.
I appreciate that.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I didn't graduate from
Well, the code inspector is Chuck. Now, we're in the process of the code enforcement, we're in the process of working that out right now.
Well, we got so many unsightly places, the value of your property goes down when you got trash. I remember at one time, old Taylor up there's furniture said I'm in the slum there. But it's funny, we got a new trailer down there now, so we're, I guess, getting out of the slum, but you drive around these cities, these old buildings, got tons of.
I assure you that we all want to see some improvement.
We need to
everybody's in
give
agreement with
them
that.
warning, but we need to start writing tickets.
It's already being done because, Chuck, how many liens were placed last year? 3 that I know of?
3.
Okay, so they're already taking action on that.
Well, the police department's still in charge of,
Yeah.
Yes.
They're the ones that write the tickets.
they got so many other things going on.
But you get a lot of things too, is our judge is pretty lenient, so we can write him a ticket, he's still gonna give them months to work it, cause he don't wanna just like,
Well, I go to court a lot.
get them on it.
Very seldom, there's not a ticket thrown out there in front of that judge for unsightly position. Now, we're good on dogs running loose. I seen 4 come down here. Okay?
Yeah. But I assure you that we all are in agreement, we're gonna clean this town up.
And the police department's overloaded now. They surely don't think we're gonna get tickets. I'll shut up.
They're all good points.
Leave.
We appreciate everybody coming, and this meeting is now adjourned.
Hold it, I want to ask you some questions. Okay, we talking about the police going down across the tracks. They can't go down there because they're doing too many writing tickets out here in this section of town.
Okay, I need to tell you something. Once a meeting is adjourned, you cannot bring it back. You have to understand the law.
Have you adjourned it?
Yes, it is. And because I thought that was all that was here, and I'm sorry, but.
We didn't even look this direction.
Well, I disagree because I've scanned the whole crowd, and I welcome your comments
I
on
know
what
you
you
said they
say.
do it in February, but that's all right.
Yeah, but I mean, and if you have some in-depth questions that you would like to answer, just get on the agenda and we will listen.
I started to do that, but when you asked if anybody got to say, I'm like everybody else talking. But that's all right.
Okay.
Well,
I
they said so
apologize to you.
about it,
I
so
honestly
we
did
don't
not
have to say.
hear you or see you wanting to speak, or I definitely would have let you speak. You come and talk to me and we'll address it, okay? My door is always open.